Tradespoon and Yellow Tunnel, my name is Vlad Karpel, I'm CEO and founder of both companies, and today we're going to have a live trading room open to trade stock and options using our technology. For those of you who are new, welcome. This is my brief bio. Disclosures are very important. Please read them. Trading stock and options involve risk, not suitable for everyone. You must be aware of the risk and be willing to accept them in order to invest in current market conditions. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm here to show you what I do in my own account based on my own risk tolerance level for general education information purposes only. All right, let's get into the market. Bill, Ted, let me know if you guys have any questions. What happened to Chrome? Okay, here we go. So Powell is speaking, right, about the interest rates. I guess no new information. Rates are not going up, they're not going down. Kind of wait and see mode. No new signal in interest rate. We hit 430, we're at 437. So interest rates are stable. QQQ is flat, spiders slightly down. Spiders are slightly down, equal weighted S&P pulling back more. Germany pulling back. SPX got to the 63.50 level. Gold is down, silver, sharp pullback in metals, right? You can see it across the board. I think it's sparked by the tariffs, right? The idea was the 50% tariffs on copper, and looks like that probability has decreased significantly, 20% drop in copper prices. So again, August 1st is coming up on Friday. We have unemployment data, we have tariffs that are due for a lot of the countries. And also things like 50% tariffs on copper. So as probability of these events goes up and down, whether they will impose or will not impose 50% tariffs, you can see kind of this is pretty significant moves in copper prices. And that pulls the entire complex, right? That was a pretty popular trade. I talked about this, but you know, the entire complex, whether it's platinum or copper prices, all kind of moving significantly to the downside, along with the FCX. So that's, actually write this down. Let's see, did they actually set for sure, or is it still kind of a rumors? Yeah, I mean, can't really tell for sure. But it looks like somebody said that there won't be any tariffs. Why? Here's the supply and rising inventories against China offensive. Tariffs ease. Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like, you know, confirmed that there won't be 50% tariffs, but I don't think it's confirmed because the deadline is August 1st. But anyways, immediate obviously reaction, somebody knows something. You have this large move in copper, platinum, even silver, gas across the board. SPX continues to pull back, right? We're talking about gamma exposure on SPX. So we're approaching an important level, right? Both the gamma flip and put wall. right? So we have the largest concentration of open put contracts at 6,300. We also have a gamma flip. So as long as we're above 6,300, I think buyers will step in, right? You know, we're still in good shape. But if we drop below 6,300, that could create an acceleration quickly to 6,200 or even, you know, 6,100. So for now, I mean, we're down 30 basis points. Outside of copper prices, I think everything else is more or less in line with expectation. And VIX jumped. QQQ is flat. Semiconductors are still positive. ARC Innovation is still positive. Let's see. So metals and miners are the biggest mover. Materials, home builders, no interest rates. So home builders are moving vertically down. REITs, anything that's interest sensitive, right? Regional banks, insurance companies, all disappointed that the rates are not going down, and transportation continues to be weak. And we have earnings, Meta, Microsoft, and ARM that I'm looking. All right, it's 2:20. Any questions so far? So let's look through the positions, see if we want to make any adjustments as market is trying to settle between gains and losses. All right, so I have Delta Airline, Kroger, JP Morgan. So those are the three positions. JP Morgan closed half of the position. It's trying to break through 300. So JP Morgan is actually doing better. Tried to break 300 second time, kind of unsuccessful and still elevated. NVIDIA, I still have an option on NVIDIA, part of the paid program. That's also trying to break through the 180 level. That's the next overhead resistance is at 180, unsuccessful. So Delta Airline is down, right? It kind of broke through this neckline, so that doesn't look good. Tomorrow I'll probably close it out. If tomorrow we don't have a rebound, you know, that means we're probably going to 50. So if there's no rebound, then I would just close Delta Airline. Option, I'm down close to 50%, right? So to 10, maybe 40%, 30% down. Stock, I'm down 5% on the stock. So this neckline in the whole transportation sector was along with the railroads, right? You can see the entire sector is getting beat up. And that's something to keep in mind, right? This may be a kind of the start of this consolidation and pullback, because you know, transportation is also been, just like semiconductors, considered to be leading indicators. So I would look at transportation, I would look at the small caps and see if that sell-off is going to accelerate or not. And Fred, welcome back. As we are heading into August, right? August been neutral, but we've had pullbacks in August in the past couple of years. So I wouldn't be surprised that this is kind of the start of the top building, where we're probably not going to make new highs or significant new highs. So Delta Airline, yeah, so probably tomorrow we have to make a decision about Delta Airline. KR, similar, it's a stock position. I mean, it held the 50-day moving average, but it looks weak. The longer we stay below 50-day moving average, the worse it is. So potentially would close KR stock as well. So Delta and KR is not doing well. JP Morgan and NVIDIA is doing well. CAT is doing well, right? Paid program, Kate. CAT is at all-time high. Industrials are still leading the market. So industrials, even though XLI is pulling back significantly, that's transportation, mainly transportation. Industrials like Caterpillar, let's see, how's General Electric doing? General Electric, strong, EMR. These are all the recent signals and they're all doing well. So CAT is fine. Railroad is a problem, right? This was another paid signal. CSX is down, so it's not doing that well. What else do we have? ES is doing well. So utilities, AI, that's all doing well. ES it's almost tried to make new all-time high. So utilities are continuing to growing higher. Goldman Sachs was a signal yesterday that's breaking out, and IDZ was a signal paid, did pull back, but still in strong uptrend. So that's broke even. And then NVIDIA continues to grind higher. Any questions? All right, let's look at the. So yield is at session high. VIX is at off the session lows. QQQ slightly down. Spiders down 50 basis points. I have 20-day moving average around 630, 628, 630. All right, any other questions? Fred close, CAT at 9, looking to re-enter. Okay, it's a good trading strategy. Nice trade on CAT. Any questions? All right, let's look at the. So 227. It's probably not going to do any earnings because all of these are kind of expensive, right? Meta is a $700 stock. Microsoft is a $500 stock. ARM is pretty volatile. So tomorrow we have Amazon and Apple. So we'll do Amazon or Apple tomorrow. Plus, less volatility. But I did do a trade in my personal account on Meta. See, Meta is at 50-day moving average. Meta started to pull back. Let's look at Meta. So average move has been historically 4% in Meta, at least in the past year. I mean, it moves more. It has moved more, but lately the volatility dropped. So it doesn't see a lot of momentum outside of 750. So on Meta, I sold 760, 70, 770 call, right? That it's not going to move 10% up on Meta. Then it's not going to move 10% higher on Meta. So I did so. Oh no, sorry, I did the debit spread. The calls were pretty cheap. Sorry, we're doing Meta, yeah. Sorry, so calls were cheap. Oh no, sorry, I was confusing with Microsoft. Sorry, so I did sell 767. You can sell 760, 77 call spread and receive $1. You're risking $10 to make $1. You might want to do $5 spread, you know, collect only 50 cents or come closer. But I did do 760. Right, so there is a 750 strike, highest position, not the highest call. Well, call wall is 750. So call wall is 750 outside one standard deviation. So I decided, okay, I'm going to sell 760, 770 call, collect $1. I'm risking $9, but it would have to move 2 standard deviation, right, and break through this call wall. On the downside, you have 650 strike. So let's see. Yeah, 650, 640 strike. Let's see. What can we get for Meta? Plenty of 640. $640. $630. Trades at $2. So 635, 615 spread. That's fine. So 635. So if you sell 635, that's this guy. So again, 2 standard deviation. So I don't think it's going to move 2 standard left or right. So that would be my thoughts on Meta. So Meta, I sold vertical spread for credit. and put spreads. Collected about $2, risking 10 to make 2, but trading outside. Microsoft, actually, there was not enough premium, so I think I took the opposite side of the trade. Microsoft actually put a debit spread. Let's look at Microsoft. So Microsoft average move has been 5%, and I went in and bought 530, 540 call spread. So one standard deviation is 530, right? And that's kind of, and you have a call wall at 525. So assuming that AI is alive and kicking, right? That they are at the forefront of corporate adoption of AI technology, you could see the stock at all-time high, right? 525. If you think that that's possibility and it can move one standard deviation, then 530. I put on 530, 540 spread, kind of the opposite trade. I'm risking $2 for 530, 540 spread, but it could move, you know, maximum profit $8, but it has to move at least one standard deviation. I went into August 15. Giving myself a little bit more time. On the downside, you can use it to finance. Same thing. I would do vertical put spread, sell to open, and then one standard. So you have 490. Let's see. So 490, 485, maybe 485 strike. Let's see. 490, yeah. So I'll go to 485 strike. 485 strike, trades $1.60. So 4%, 190. Okay. So I have a Microsoft, I have Meta and ARM. Any questions on Microsoft? Is Marvell announcing earnings? Question was on Marvell. I think it's doing much later, right? Late 9/4. I mean, I'm not sure why it could gap up. I mean, it could gap up with ARM, but you know, a lot of semiconductors already announced earnings. So I don't know what the catalyst for Marvell to move up, but earnings is September 4th. ARM, on the other hand, the earnings is today. Earnings is today. And that's been a volatile stock. Also at year-to-date high, at all-time high. Yeah, not that far from all-time high. ARM holding recovered, also at the forefront of AI mobile devices, chips for mobile. Pretty volatile stock. Average move 8%, last July moved 15% down. Okie dokie. So I sold the call spread. ARM holding a call spread. 185. So I saw 185 that it's not going to move 15% up. Collected about 70 cents. On the downside, 140. So 185 is because of this strike. Here, once on the downside, here 140. Yeah, 140. So let's see, trade option on vertical put. So to open 140 put is worth 34 cents. Not a lot. So I think I have to come a little closer. 142. Okay, 50 cents. That's better. 42 and then 137 maybe. So 5. So 142, 137 calls put spread is worth 33 cents. So get about 20 basis points. And obviously, if you want more, then you can do it. Instead of $10 spread, you can do, instead of $5 spread, you can do $2.50 spread, but you know, idea is very similar. Okay, I have 3 positions. So ARM, Meta, Microsoft, probably most popular, most liquid names that will announce earnings tomorrow. All right, any questions? Okay, 240, how are we doing in the market? Let's see. Let's go back to the watch list. Let's do 1 hour and see who's the winner. Well, NVIDIA is doing well. So that's good. Silver is not doing well. Big drop in silver. So spiders continue to pull back into the closing. Regional banks, small caps, metals and miners, right? Gold, silver, platinum, palladium, copper. China pulled back. I mean, initially, we'll see. Tomorrow is another day, right? It could reverse. So we'll see tomorrow. I'm watching SPX. As long as we're above 6,300, I'm not worried. If we do drop below 6,300, I would be careful, right? And maybe, like Fred says, maybe it's time to start hedging. Maybe it's time to start hedging. Can you repeat trade on ARM? Sure. So ARM, I did 2 trades. Let's see, where's my ARM? So I sold 130, 142, 137 put spread. Let's do short put because I can never find them here. So naked put 142. So 142 put $1.23. I mean, I would not. Sorry, August 1. I know where August. Why is it not? Doesn't have it in 140. They're basically saying 140. They don't have anything less liquid. Okay, so 145. I mean, I did 185, 142. I did 142 for 50 cents. You can do 145 for 88. I mean, it's just, you know, you're coming closer. I mean, profit probability is still 89%, right? I mean, but I would not go naked, so maybe 145, 140 spread, right? 145, 140 spread. I did 142, 137 spread. And then on the call side, right, so this is a credit transaction, right? I'm receiving a credit. And I actually did the same thing for calls. Calls, I did 185. Is 185 here? No. But 185 call is trading at 91 cents. I mean, they're doing 177.5 as the latest one. Same thing, probability of profit only 19%, right? So only 20% it will reach that level. So 80% of the time it will not reach this level. So they're suggesting 177.5 is the most liquid. I mean, I did 185. Because 177, that's a lot of premium. So a lot of premium means it's higher probability than 20% to be here. So I went further higher up. I mean, you might want to go to August 8. Yeah, so August 8, 185. Don't have still one, but 182.5 is $2.30. So maybe go into the next week, right? There it seems it's a little bit more. And then same thing, I would do either $5 or $10 credit spread, where I would sell 182.5, receive $2.32, but not be naked and go either $5 or $10 spread. And you know, you have 16% probability that it will reach that level. Fred repurchase Caterpillar like the Meta Iron Condor. Meta, I did Iron Condor, yeah. So I did 635, 622 put spread, and then I did 767, 70. Microsoft, I did the Lizard, right? I sold the put spread, bought the call spread, or selling put, buy call spread, but one of those where you sell put spread and then debit spread. So Microsoft actually do want to go one standard deviation or above. Microsoft, you know, I can make $8 on $2, you know, risk if it's gonna hit a home run, right? And vertically moves up. Or, but it's still will be net profit as long as it stays above 482. Doesn't make sense. Microsoft. So this is the breakout level. As long as it stays above the breakout level, then I should be in good shape. 482. Yes, again, I mean, if it has a better earnings, it doesn't move 8% down, then that would not be good. And that's where I would start losing money. But so far, you know, all the AI stocks, even if they had bad earnings, like STX was a signal, right? It was down. I saw the put spread. It was down as low as 138, but then buyers step in, right? Because part of AI, and you know, people are very forgiving right now. All right, Bob is back. Yes, Thomas back. All right, we almost have a full house today. Bill, Bob, Fred, Ted, Thomas. Okay, what should I repeat? I like General. Solves well, nice. That's a good move, 20% up, we'll take that. After a long consolidation, that's a good looking chart, right? That does look like a good chart. So, thank you, Bob. Bob always has a good idea. Bitcoin also pulling back. So I would watch the Bitcoin, that snack line, right? I would watch the transportation, right? We're kind of setting kind of a precarious setup, right? Where, you know, this could be a start of consolidation. XLF pullback, XLI pulling back. I mean, let's see Friday. If tomorrow and Friday we're below these levels, I think we're probably setting the top for, you know, next couple months. If market is able to get above 6,400, then no. Right? But if Friday we close, let's say below 6,300, I think that's probably the top until, you know, November. But for now, I think it's a little too early to tell. We do have tariffs, right? So Friday is a big day, right? So this is just people are concerned without any reason. But we have unemployment data, and then we have all these tariffs that are coming due. I don't know if it's going to be announced on Friday or over the weekend, but expect volatility to pick up, right? Expect the volatility to pick up. But for now, I'm looking at my main chart is SPX. Kind of derive a lot of decisions from that point, and the gamma is exactly at 63.20. Put wall 6,300. So 6,300 is kind of the numbers I would watch. Right, that's a pretty big position. Right, we're talking about billions of dollars of positioning. Both want that level to hold. Yeah, if you're in the mining companies, copper is down 20%. I mean, I try to find if there's any definitive answers. Oh, 20% on tariff exclusion. So we did come out tariff exclusion. Okay. So, you know, 20% up, 20% down, all normal, right? 50% tariffs, no fee. So on the first, this is kind of a prelude of what can happen, right? If we're gonna impose 30% tariffs on Canada, Mexico, China, and India, well, that could be an issue, right? If we negotiate and get to the 15%, then that would be good. But expect volatility to kind of continue rising. Any other questions? Silver, I do have silver position. So flip point is pretty far, 34. Put wall is at 34. 34 and 32. We are trading at 33.5. So if it doesn't bounce back above 34 soon, then we're going to 32 position. Close Caterpillar again. I can just trade Caterpillar all day long. It's pretty good. Yeah, Caterpillar is back higher. Nvidia is higher, Caterpillar is higher, JP Morgan is higher. ES is doing good. IVZ is not so good. Delta Airline not so good. Okay. Any other questions? All right, guys, 251. Keep an eye on Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, Apple, ARM, Qualcomm. Still a lot of earnings. And then Friday is a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl, economic Super Bowl. So we have unemployment data and we have tariffs that are due. Final deadline that will not be pushed forward according to the new administration. All right. Cover Roku earnings? I did not. I think they already announced earnings, no? Or is it tomorrow too? July 31st. Is it before market open? So it's tomorrow after the close. So I would wait till tomorrow close because we're going to have a volatile session, but for now it's up 2%. See how people are getting ready for Roku. 100 people think it's going to move 10%. Let's go here. So after the close, the average move 11%, could be volatile up to 17%. 11% move. And one standard Roku 87 is the flip point, 90 and 100 put also. I mean, I think this, yeah, 80, 85 put is where I would try. I mean, you have a lot of gamma support. So 80, 85 put spread makes sense to me. If you want to target 100 call, if you're bullish, I would target 100 strike. If you're bearish, I would sell credit call spread. If you're bullish, I would buy a debit spread, right? You know, but looks like highest position is 100. So 1 million gamma, call gamma at that strike. All right, Bob, thank you. Bill, welcome back. Bob, Fred, Ted, Thomas, thank you guys for participating. Busy day. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you.